What's good, y'all? Got another video for y'all. I just wanted to talk about the difference between loving someone and being in love, right? Now, for those of y'all who haven't had your first love, this video might be a little hard to understand. For those of y'all who have been in love multiple times, y'all should understand where I'm coming from. And some of y'all might be, like in between that, I guess, where like maybe you think you've been in love with someone, but I'm gonna go over all that shit. So, the reason I'm making this video is because I'm in a little situation right now, right? It's a nigga we've been talking for a while, and I'm gonna say like the situation is like we're together, but I've told him like how I feel, and what's in my head. Like I always keep it 100 with that nigga because I care about him, and I do love him. He's actually the first nigga I've ever told that I love. But that's why I wanted to talk about the difference between loving someone and being in love, because y'all seen my if y'all seen my previous video where I was talking about the first nigga that I fell in love with, that the feeling that I had being with him was not the same as I have right now, right? So right now, like, I love dude, right? I see him all the time. I talk to him all the time. I spend the night, we lay up, we fuck. That's what everybody, like, his friends assume we're in a relationship because that's what it looked like. But like I've told him before, because I know that with my first nigga, that feeling of being in love was different than it is now. That's why I won't commit to bro, because if I were to meet someone with the same qualities and I'm more drawn to them, I'm gonna have to go for it, because that's just how I feel, right? So with my first love with that nigga, right? The differences here is like, well, one, that nigga's, well, let's go with like differences in character, right? First, my first love, that nigga was, he was more masculine. That nigga, he was DL. Oh boy, I'm talking to right now is not. He's out, right? He was DL. He was also a bit more masculine, more reserved. He had that look in a nigga's eyes that really like draws me to people, like that look of sadness. Y'all know what I'm talking about, or if you don't, go watch How to Spot a DL Nigga. Go watch that video. Yeah, and when I held my first nigga, it was different than holding old boy who I'm holding now, right? Like, when I held that nigga, like, I never wanted to let go. Like, never, like. And, like, another difference, with first nigga, we never had sex. He was a verse top, I was a top. We never got there, even though it was an opportunity, right? But now, oh boy, I'm talking to is a bottom. We fuck all the time. Now it's some other differences, or the way I distinguish the love versus being in love, right? When I was with the first nigga, like at a certain point, like I stopped watching porn. Like I didn't have the urge to. I didn't have, hold on. Right. Like I didn't have the urge to. I didn't feel like beating my meat. Like, and it was really weird because like we like I said, we wasn't fucking. Even though like, you know, we swapped head a couple times and we bust a few times, we never like it wasn't, that wasn't even a consistent thing. So right, here I am with this nigga not having sex, barely, you know, getting my nut off. But I still like, I just wanted to spend every waking moment with this nigga. Like every time that nigga would call me and wake me up at like 2 a.m., I just sit on the phone with him. I wouldn't even mind. Sit on the phone with him until I went back to sleep, and then nigga would be at work. It's okay. Anyway, I wasn't really getting my nut. I wasn't watching porn. Versus now, even though me and old dude is fucking all the time, I'm still like watching porn, and I still want other people physically. You feel me? Yeah, so that's like the main one of the main differences that lets me know that like, okay, I may love this person, but I'm not in love with them. You feel me? What's another one? Like, I had some more, but my mind's drawing a blank right now. Shit, what else was there? Okay, so was watching porn. Maybe it was because we wasn't fucking that we was able to get, that it was more meaningful to me. I don't know. But I think if anything, I know that I'm more attracted to masculine qualities, right? And old boy who I'm talking to now, he's not feminine. He's more like he likes to be babied. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that. It just doesn't. Oh shit, he calling me right now. I'm gonna call him back after this. Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily turn me off because he's not feminine. He's just like, yeah, he likes to be babied. That's the best. That's the only way I could put it. Yeah, like, let's say in this situation, I'm daddy, okay? And I don't say that to like gas myself up. Like, no, I'm literally daddy because he wants me to be daddy. He wants me to take control 24/7 all the time. I don't have a problem with that either. But there's times when I don't always want to be the one taking control. You feel me? Sometimes I'd rather have the other person take charge, right? Just cause like there's like be on your shit. Like, trying to think, how do I put this? Yeah, no, just be on your shit. Like, if you want, that's what I tell him. I say, if you want something, take that shit. Right? That's that kind of energy is like real attractive to me. Like, I'm an aggressive person. I like other aggressive people. Right? Yeah. So, yeah, in the situation right now, like I said, like I always keep it real with bro. Like, I let him know exactly what I'm telling y'all now. Like, I've had stronger feelings for someone in the past, and if I meet someone with that same personality type, I'm going to go for that. Right? I always feel like no matter what the situation is, Like, honesty is always the best policy. No matter how much the truth is going to hurt me or you, it's always better to be honest, because in the end, you're going to thank me for it. No matter what. Like, that's facts. So, yeah, and I think like, another reason I wanted to share this is because, like, I'm sure there's some couples or situations, right, where someone could think they're in love with someone, right? Because y'all have such and such in common. That person makes you happy, right? Oh, that was another thing. Let me touch on that real quick. When I was with first nigga, that nigga aggravated me all the time. That nigga would get on my nerves to no fucking end, bro. That nigga was so goddamn frustrating. Cause bro, we couldn't communicate that well all the time, right? And I think that on its own is like somewhat attracted to, like, the fact that he frustrated me all the time. Like, I'd really just be like wanting to fight this nigga all the time, be wanting to wrestle with this man all the time. And yeah, I kind of like that, to be honest. I don't want to argue all the time, but the shit we was arguing about, it was little shit, right? It was always little shit, and at the end of the day, we be cuddled up, kissing, whatever, right? But on the other hand, now, like, old dude I'm with, he's like he's a very bright person, right? Like, being around him, like, I just be happy because he's just so carefree, and yeah, he just has that energy about him. And it's not just me, like, he makes everybody around him happy. He makes everybody around him happy, right? So that's another difference. But back to, what was I about to say? Yeah, so, you know, the different, my bad. Fuck, I was about to wrap shit up now. I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn. All right, hold up. Right. So, what I was saying is that I'm sure there's situations where people can think that they're in love with someone, right? If you're like the reverse of me, right, where say if I were to meet old dude I'm with now first, and then I was to meet the other nigga later, then that would create a situation where it's like, fuck, like I told you, I'm always be honest, right? But that's a situation where someone is either gonna cheat, or they're gonna break up, or something, right? Because being in love with someone, like, the pull that person has on you is just, it's unnatural, man. It's like, it's weird. Like, being in love with someone will make you act out of character. It will make you do shit. I touched on this before in my last video. It was just, you're not gonna be the exact same person. I'm not saying you're gonna do a complete 180, but I'm saying that yeah, they gonna for sure have an effect on your character, maybe. Yeah, I think that's the best way I could put it. Or yeah, you gonna forgive shit you never thought you would forgive, and you know, even when they do you dirt, sometimes, depending on what it is, depending on, you know, what kind of person you are, you still gonna love that person, right? So, like I was saying, if there was a situation where you're with somebody because they make you happy, y'all got a lot in common, this and this and that, you might think you're in love with them until you meet someone that just has that quality about them that you can't help but be drawn to. You feel me? It's just gonna be who that person is, the type of person is, the type of energy they give off. That's gonna pull you towards them, right? So yeah.